welcome to the next episode of Jim's Retro Retreat. Today I'm going to do Shadow of the Beast. Let's watch the intro. Oh dear. Now this intro was never on the version I used to play, so it's quite interesting for me to see this. To be quite honest, I'm suspicious as to whether it even appeared on the original game, because it doesn't really relate to the story as such. Other than one level, which I'll talk about when we get there. But this is the third in a series of 3 games. I may at some time play the first and second, but they're rock hard and I'm unlikely to be able to complete them without cheat modes, so I may not do them. We shall have to see. Okay, so this is the intro, well, the options screen, where he's just pegging it around a preset area, which I don't think appears in the game. Maybe at the very end, I'm not quite sure. So music, yeah, we'll have that on because it's got a brilliant soundtrack. Hopefully you won't see the game over the screen. Okay, so at the beginning, so there's 4 worlds in this. They're relatively short. At the beginning you can only access 2, so the Forest of Zekrus and Fort Dalmor, Caves of Bidher and Nothomak or whatever. You can't access until you've completed one of these. So we'll do it in order of difficulty and progress from there. So let's begin in the Forest of Zekrus. Hello, my boy. Go forth and find a fucking skull. No idea why, but anyway. So the first thing to say about this game is that the graphics for the time are brilliant. Absolutely love the way these games were, the way they looked, if not the way they played. This third game is perhaps a little on the easy side compared to the first 2, but I think it's paced quite well and the puzzles are interesting. Anyway, let's get going. So unlike the last shambles that was my Turrican playthrough, I've actually practiced this a bit, so hopefully I'll be able to do it in one go, hopefully. You never know. So I think at the time there's got some complaints about the difficulty of the puzzles, but for me, I mean, some of them are fairly obscure, but you can work them out eventually. There is logic there, it's fairly abstract. Don't think there's anything down here, no, just spikes. So where possible, I'm going to show you all the variation in artwork that's available, because a lot of effort's gone into making this game, and if you blast your way through it, you're not going to appreciate the art. Anyway, so just found a grenade, which is useful for killing these platform dwelling pea shooters or whatever the hell they are. In the background, a nice giant sumo chap. Okay, so we've got a key. This key is to collect some gold. So I don't know whether you're able to complete it without finding all the gold, I'm not sure, but I think you have to get it. Oh shit. bits like that. I mean, what on earth is that? It's like a sculpture or possibly the relic of a dead beast. Who knows? Who knows? Right, we're entering kind of enemy encampment here. Now, they will just keep coming, so I'm going to have to jump off here. Right, these fellows are calling for reinforcements. I don't think it really makes any difference whether you kill them or not, but I usually do. Now, if any of you are fans of the art of Rodney Matthews or Roger Dean, 70s fantasy artists, you may realise this game is definitely inspired by those artists. Crikey. Another key, we'll use that in a moment. Right, this bit of meat that we've just got off the spit is to lure a beast under these spikes. It's not normally on fire, I think I left it there for too long. Right, so let's get Mr. Beast out. There he goes. For some reason doesn't go for the other men. It's just as well. Here we are, dead. Okay, let's go on. Right, I've got to collect this stone, which is used. Just show you what's down here first. We've got a poor chap in his underwear, with some kind of weird scales attachment and a lever in his back. Obviously, so doing that, it doesn't stay depressed, so that's why we need this rock. So push that down. It's a bit of a red herring, we don't need that switch. So with the rock there, it's enough to counterbalance it. Here we go. Okay, now for these things. What you can do, you can kill them but temporarily and then they'll come back on. The reason to kill them, to shoot them, is to alter the timing so it's more manageable. This one. I need to get these two going at the same time. The next one. And blue. This peaceful chap sitting on the bridge. Okay, so this is the first boss. Big dragon thing, I think. Yeah, there he is. And very, very easy to kill. So we've got our skull. Cheers. Well done. The first part of your quest is complete. You've got the skull. God knows what he's going to do with it, but there we go. Okay, next, let's go for Fort Dalmor. Love these little illustrations as well. Very simple. Actually, back in the day, on the Amiga, I used to... Alright, got to get a mace head now. Used to create my own little things in Dulux Paint, I think. Dulux Paint 4, I think it was. And I used to attempt simple animations and things like that, but I was never any good at it. But yeah, I used to try to replicate some of the games I liked. So I'd make kind of multi-layered landscapes in the style of Beast. They're around somewhere on a long forgotten floppy disk. So we've just returned the spare wheel to this battering ram, and we're going to batter down a bloody door. You can aid it on by... Let's just let it get on there. I love the touches of the fire catching in the thatch of this battering ram, quite nice. Okay, over the bridge, and some balls to dodge. Okay, that was tricky. Okay, so this is attached to the string, so when we put some weight on here, it's going to release the bees, which are very easy to kill. Okay, next. Get that out of the way, and down we go. I love the music change there. Okay, so this puzzle, relatively simple. Move the table into here, do the first switch. This chamber fills with water. If you didn't have the table there, you'd drown. So it's all to reach this higher switch, which drains the water and opens the door we need. So a lot of the fun of this game for me is working out the puzzles. So I worked it out. It took ages back in the day because the disk drive took quite a long time to load. As you can tell, I'm playing a fairly speeded up version using the WHDLoad feature on WinUAE. If you want to know anything about that, let me know and I can point you in the right direction. Okay, there's a nice beast there in the background. So push the table off the edge. And we've got a green chap over here throwing barrels. We need to kill him. There we go. Okay, so these barrels are bouncing on this crate. This takes ages to work out. And you'll see why. So we've got to push this down here, which lands on top of the table. So this water will kill you. So you've got to blow it up. And it makes all these little splinters which float on the water. I mean, it does make sense in a logical sense, I suppose, maybe, but yeah, it took forever to work that one out. Okay, so this bit's a bit tricky. We could become a cropper here. Right, we've got a blighter over there operating the crane, and he's trying to pincer my head and drop me in the water. So, I've got to kill him. Oof. Got to keep moving. Right, he's dead. Easy. Right, we need to push this barrel to the edge of here because we're going to be riding in it later. We have to do a few things first. So let's got to pick the barrel up. Hopefully that's yep. And which one? This one, yeah. And put it to this edge of the conveyor belt and drop it. I don't think you can pick yourself up on this. I don't think so. Okay, so now we have to go down here, and there's two trapdoors here. We need to close this one because under here is a vat of acid, which this chap will drag you into. Could drag me into. So we've got to close that off. Okay, dodge this. Just for some gold. Okay, now it's another boss. And look, it's the mace we need. So you've got to try and shoot him in his neck stump. Pretty easy again. Well done. You have found Pendex mace. Now escape from the fortress. Oh wow, look at that one. I mean, it's incredible. All the more so if you've ever dabbled with the old paint programs, Deluxe Paint. I mean, there's real skill gone into that. Okay, that's the last of the gold. I tried to draw that once. It was 13, 14, something like that. Didn't turn out very well, but give it a stab. Okay, get into the barrel and press this. Now that's the end of the level now, pretty much. Just gotta sit through it. that's the vat of acid we would have landed in otherwise. Well done. You have escaped with Pendek's mace and all of the gold. Okay, so we've got a skull and a mace. Okay, so now we're going to go for the Caves of Bitter. Lovely little drawing there again. Right, what we've got to get this time, eh? Okay, a potion. A vial of fluid. See, even this little crow's nest here on the edge, I don't even know if that appears later on. So unless you went the wrong way, you wouldn't see it. Might be wrong there, but... Okay. These chaps, endlessly regenerating their heads and crown. Very easy to evade, you don't even have to kill them, but why not? Let's just, well, I'll kill one of them. Okay, so this background here is very reminiscent of Roger Dean's work. If you've ever, look him up if you fancy it. Really lovely mixture of rocks and natural forms. Right, this poor eagle's going to bite the dust, and his children, or her children. Oh, I love that change of music there. So this bit's, I mean, this game is very surreal. I mean, look at this thing. And we've got a strange bird in a cage asking for help, and we've got this stone head spitting fireballs. Right, this one took, I can't remember how long this one took to work at the time, but strangely enough I still remembered how to do it when I played it last week. I think because it's so obscure. So you've got to make a kind of seesaw, and we've got to drop the head onto the seesaw. Careful not to have, if I'd been standing here when the head dropped, the thing would have broken and would have had to start again. So this head goes here. So we need to drop from up there, and the head hits the cage and breaks it. If I can bloody well on it properly. There we go. Hello, bird. Quite a strange looking thing. Oh, another brilliant drawing here. A big skull man holding this apparatus. So this is a ball bearing dispensing machine. So we have to alter these to put them where we want them. So the first thing is we need 3 balls over here. I'll show you why in a moment. 1, 2, 3. And then the remaining balls we have to direct down here, and I'll show you why. So we can't go past that. One touch and you're dead there, so we drop the balls down there. And they'll all be blocked off. To show you, may as well show you now. There we are. So we can go through there now, but not yet. Okay, so let me remember. Okay, we're going to go down to the bottom first. We've got to get a hammer off some bloody piece of X. There's a good chance I may die on this one. Okay, now we've got our hammer. See you in a bit, chap. Right. The way the block falls down, so we have to switch to the hammer now, because if we didn't, our normal throwing star would blow that up eventually. So, and now this bit's tricky. We've got to get this block across here using these balls. this is very easy to mess up. Well, it was when I was practicing. I think we might be okay here. Yeah. This block topples very easily. We've got to get it to the other side because we need to reach this ledge, which you can otherwise do. One more yet. One more for luck. There we go. Okay, that thing up there, we've got to try and kill now. He's popped off, but he will be back. I can tell you. Right, okay, so... Okay, what switch the hammer? Bit more range on it. Don't know if it packs as much of a punch. Shit. Oh hell. Should practice this a bit more. This hammer's very good at it. Switch over again. Bloody hell. I don't have much juice left there. Okay, we're in the laboratory for the vial. Okay, but we've got to fill it. So if you remember, we've stopped up all those spikes with the ball bearings. We shall be filling it there. Go free, my friend. So just got to select it and fill it up. Some vial blood stuff. Well done. You now have a glass vial containing the quintessence of being. Oh, that's what it was. Okay. Last but not least, Nosformac. Okay, this one is tricky and can go wrong quite easily. Okay, some kind of jewel. Okay, so the intro with the aeroplane crashing, that could be said aeroplane, but who knows? I always thought that was strange, seeing this plane here at the beginning of the level, but anyway. It's a bit of a flamethrower here. A strange bald-headed snake thing. Okay, so this great big pendulum thing, we need to get this ball down the slope to be used later. But at the same time, we can also, we can't get up here unless we first jump on the ball. So it's going to be a tricky thing. So we've got to get it swinging first, then go up to the ledge, and then knock it off from up there. First of all, though, we're going to weaken it. So 1, see the cracks in the top wall. And now we've got to find another hammer and do something else. Okay, so we're in the library. For some reason we've got a hammer up here. And we've also got to make a ramp for the ball. Otherwise it's going to fall into this. There's a pool of acid down there as usual. Yep, there it goes. Okay, this bit is a puzzle, but I'm not going to do it because I never used to do it back in the day. I know I keep saying back in the day, but that's the best way of putting it. So we've got these different tanks that we're going to have to walk through. Because of these spikes above, we can't jump over or anything like that. But some of these fish eat us and some of them don't. And so if you solve the puzzle, it tells you which fish eat which other fish and which ones won't eat us. But what I've always done is just let them run amok, eating each other. Okay, that's not good. Let's put this one in here. See what happens. He's eaten that one. Okay, let's see about this one. We're left with two because I don't think these two eat each other, do they? And what we can do is put them more or less next to each other. There we are. It's cheating really, but well, it's not. It's a different way of solving the puzzle. But anyway, we'll be able to evade those fish. So they're both together, so quite easy, you just duck. There we are, problem solved. And here we are, right, here's the very big ball. Right, first things first. So we've got, that's a furnace there, we need to drop that ball into the furnace. Using our trusty hammer to push it over. Somehow that fit in there, don't know how. Okay, so to open this laser beam door, we've got to do that switch. There's no way of getting up there. So this puzzle is quite ingenious. I'll explain it as I'm doing it because it's pretty obscure. But anyway, so we need to get this pendulum. I'll tell you what, let's weaken it first. 1, 2. And get this swinging. Okay, so now that spiked thingamajog has filled up this gap, and that's very important. Right, so we'll turn the furnace on, see what happens. So it's cooking that ball and becoming molten. Now if you didn't fill up this gap with the spiked doodad, the molten iron would just go in there and wouldn't do what we want it to do. So we need it to melt this ice cube. I can't touch it because it's deadly. So it's melting the ice. Turn off the door, and so this ice is also cooling the iron and revealing the gem. There we go, so it's really clever. And then the second gem, there's actually two of them, we can just do by clicking this. Well done, you've freed the two crystals. Now, in the practicing, I've got as far as here, but I did the levels out of order. So if you haven't already completed the previous 3, it won't let you do the final bit. So I haven't done this since years ago. You have brought everything I need. Now you are ready to face Malatov alone. Okay, so I think this is the big beast that originally turned our chap into a beast. So here we go. Right. Oh, I've got a laser beam. No, just a laser beam. Okay, wish me luck. We've got 3 vials of life juice. This is just like a big battle arena, I think. Hell. Bloody horrible ants. Shit. Can laser beam. So good. That was a bit easy. Well, for once I didn't die playing the game. Right, that's it. Handsome fella. As a new day dawns, mankind breathes a sigh of relief and basks in the warmth of a new beginning. You have cleansed yourself, your family, and the world of Malatov's evil dominion. Exalt, for the Beast Lord is dead, his cold, dark malignancy replaced by bright, fresh hope for the future. Now rest from your burdensome battle with the Beast Lord, assured that Malatov is no more. I am quite glad he's dead, I must admit. Quite tricky to read that font. Anyway, nice. Shadow of the Beast 3 has been brought to you by the following people. Okay, I'm not going to read all this. But there we are. We have got through Beast 3. Very short game. Now I may do the other 2 in the future, perhaps. It's going to have to be with a cheat though, because I've seen someone complete them without, but they are rock hard. You've got to get the punches and kicks like almost pixel perfect for the collision detection to work, especially with the first game. I think the second one is possible, but we'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll do another one soon. Any recommendations, let me know below. This one was dedicated to my sister Maria, who suggested this one, so there you go. Hope you liked it. Okay, so yeah, cheerio. Fucking grim out there. Shirley for being there. You know what? Bit cryptic. Wonder what that is. Looking for something special then. Oh well. You're still there. Naughty. Okay. Cheerio.